The dreamer they called him, for that was what he was best known to do. Dream, dream, and dream again. He was sold as a slave by his brothers. He was sent to the prison, but he kept dreaming until he got to the palace. This is a true life story of someone who kept dreaming until he got the result. Friends, there comes a time when everyone needs to have a dream, despite the hurdles, troubles, rumbles, and stumbles. Stay connected as you get high in spirit with Yemi Adeoti. Remember, the dream is worth the price.
Hello, I am Yemi Adeoti, your host on this program, Dare to Dream. It's a great honor for me to come once again into your world today, and I trust you will be richly blessed and motivated towards the fulfillment of your destiny. May the good Lord smile on all your efforts, and may your labor never be in vain. Last time, I started a new series of messages that I titled Profiting from Your Failures. I defined what failure really means, and I also shared 5 out of the 10 basic understanding you need to have about your failures. My intention today is to deliver into your hands the remaining 5 essential knowledge that you need to have concerning failure. And so without wasting time, I'd like to share them with you right away. Point number 6, your failure can be turned around. Yes, you can still make it provided you are willing to profit from your failures. Your mess can be turned into miracles. Your stumbling blocks can become stepping stones to your greatness. It is not yet over until it is over. My God can help you turn around your painful and negative experiences because He has the power to turn a curse into a blessing. According to Deuteronomy 23 verse 5, the same God that helped Joseph to turn what was bad into good will also help you to succeed. I want you, therefore, to be fully persuaded and encouraged, because you will surely make it. Whatever kind of failure you are passing through can be overcome and subdued. You can succeed where you have failed. You can win where you have lost. You can move forward where you have experienced setbacks. This possibility exists for you today. Why not grab this golden opportunity? I want you to realize that your failure is an opportunity to begin more intelligently. This is why you should not allow your failures to defeat you. I have seen people succeed in the same place where they have failed, and if they can do this, you too can accomplish such a kind of feat because they are human beings like you too. Do not write off yourself. Give yourself an opportunity to try again. Never say never. Never give up on yourself. Never give up on trying. This is the kind of motivation that you need to have. This is the kind of attitude you need to display if you're going to be successful in turning your failures around. May today mark a new chapter in your life with regards to converting your failures into success. Point number 7, failure is not just a single and isolated event. What do I mean by this? I simply mean that failure does not just occur like that. When someone fails, it did not just start now, but the process of failure had been set into motion some times ago. This is why it's so crucial for you to realize that failure is a process. It involves a series of other things, some of which may be tangible or intangible. But the bottom line is for you to realize that certain things are directly or indirectly related to our failures. We don't just fail. Nothing just happens. We fail when we refuse to pay attention to certain things. Failure occurs as a result of not doing what you are supposed to do or doing what you are not supposed to do. This is why you should not isolate your failures as a single event. You need to look beyond the surface. You need to take a deep look on the inside in order to fully ascertain where and when things have gone wrong. Doing this will equip you with the right tools and resources you need in handling your failures. I pray that this will be your portion and heritage in the mighty name of Jesus. My dear listener, I believe you can see from what I have shared so far that failure is not an isolated event, but a lot of other factors also contribute to our failures in life. The great Samson of ancient Israel did not just fail in one day, but his failure was as a result of other things that had been going on in his life, of which he did nothing about. It was the little foxes that spoils the vine that eventually led to his downfall. May this never be your portion, because I trust you will be courageous enough to face the little foxes of your life. At this time, I'd like to go on a short break. I'll be back shortly. Welcome back. It's time to handle your failures. It's time to face what you have been avoiding. It's time to profit from your failures. It's time to overcome your bitterness and pain by winning the warfare over failure. May this truly be your experience in the mighty name of Jesus. I believe you have been blessed by the 2 key points I have shared with you so far. And at this juncture, I like to share the remaining 3 points with you. Point number 8, most people are not prepared for failure. As strange as this may sound like, since no man sets out to fail intentionally in any endeavor, it will save you a lot of hassles and agony if you factor in the possibility of failure. This does not mean you are believing for failure, but it only means you are prepared to handle any kind of setbacks. This is the kind of attitude you need to equip yourself with. Instead of being devastated by failure, you should be prepared for it. Instead of being surprised by failure, you should be encouraged and strengthened. It's time to belong to this enviable group of winners. I mean the people who prepare themselves adequately for failure. Failure does not take them by surprise because they are ready and fully equipped to deal with their setbacks. They respond positively to their failures instead of reacting. They are courageous in confronting their failures instead of complaining about them. These ultimately put them on top of their situations. May these also become your portion as you get yourself set to face any kind of failure. Point number 9, most people don't take personal responsibility for their failures. It is easier to blame others than to assume responsibility. I have discovered that the people who blame others for their failures never really succeed in converting their failures into success. Therefore, you need to take responsibility instead of passing the buck. Don't play the blame game. Stop blaming your past, your color, or even your background. Take responsibility for your life. Take responsibility for yourself. Remember that responsibility is the price for greatness. Stop living your life by chance. Start living your life by choice. Until you take responsibility for your failures, nothing will really change. It's time to start living by a victor's mentality instead of a victim's mentality. I want you to also remember that if your life is ever going to change for the better, it's up to you and your God. I therefore encourage you to take charge of your life from today forward. Point number 10, your attitude plays an important role in overcoming failure. The kind of attitude you choose when you are going through failure will determine to a great extent the outcome of that failure. I mean, your attitude will either help or hurt you. Your attitude can either work for you or work against you. I know that when things seems not to be going the way we plan or expect, we tend to be under a lot of pressure. But thanks be unto God, because we are not without help or hope. The Almighty has given to every man the ability to choose their attitude and also how to respond in any kind of situation. The major problem is that we have been using our attitude in a negative way. Since we are solely responsible for the kind of attitude we have, this simply also means that we have the power to determine our response. My dear listener, I sincerely pray that you will choose the right kind of attitude when it comes to confronting your failures. May today usher you into a new experience of success. May today mark the beginning of the best days of your life. This is where I will be drawing the curtains on this broadcast. But before I sign off, I like to refresh your memory with the 5 key elements you need to understand concerning your failures. Point number 1, your failure can be turned around. Point number 2, failure is not just a single and isolated event. Point number 3, most people are not prepared for failure. Point number 4, most people don't take personal responsibility for their failures. And point number 5, your attitude plays an important role in overcoming failure. I sincerely believe you have been richly blessed, and I'd like you to join me next time for another powerful edition. I am earnestly looking forward to hearing from you, and I want you to let me know how this broadcast has been of help to you. I desire to see your dreams fulfilled, and if you want more information on our rich and wonderful resource center, you can kindly call me on any of these numbers: 0807 329 3648, 0809 8060373, or 0702 853 4079. I will be waiting to pick your calls, and may your dreams see the light of day. Till I come your way same time on this station, I'd like you to keep dreaming and to always remember that the dream is worth the prize. Bye.
For further counseling and prayers or your support, you can reach Yemi Adeoti on 0807 329 3648, 0809 806 0373, 0702 853 4079, PO Box 20233, UI Post Office, Agbowo, Ibadan. Email pstyemi@yahoo.com. Hotlines once again are 0807 329 3648, 0809 806 0373, 0702 853 4079. Remember, the dream is worth the price.